In part 2 of this lesson, we'll continue answering where we left off, namely in question 2. A titanium cube contains 2.86 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms. What is the edge length of the cube? Let's start by writing out the formula for a cube. V is equal to s to the power of 3, where s represents the length, width, and height. We've been given the number of atoms, so using Avogadro's number, namely this relationship, we can find out the number of moles. Once we have found the number of moles, we can find out the mass in grams. And then once we find the mass in grams, we can use the density of titanium, which is given in the question, to find out the volume. Then we can find out the side. Enough chit chat, let's get started. So we'll take the number 2.86 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms, and we'll multiply this by 1 mole over 6.022 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms. This is a given number, and it's shown right there. The atoms will cancel out, leaving us with simply mole. The way we multiply these two numbers together is we take this number, multiply it by 1, and then divide by what's underneath. 2.86 times 10 to the power of 23 divided by 6.022, and it's important that you put these brackets around your number, otherwise you'll get the wrong answer. To the power of 23, that gives us 0.47492. 0.47492. Everything after this 4 is insignificant. So this 9 and 2 are insignificant. I'm only writing them down so that I won't run into rounding errors later on. This is the number of moles. Now I'll take this number and multiply it by 47867 grams over 1 mole. This number represents the atomic weight, or the molar mass. And by orienting this number in this way, where I have the moles at the bottom, the moles will cancel out. Let's use our calculator. Taking this number, or 0.47492, and multiplying it by this, we end up with the mass. 47.867. We get 22.7. Everything after the 7 is insignificant, although I'll still write up until this 2. Now that I found the mass, I'm going to use this last relationship, and this should be titanium. So I'll multiply this by 1 centimeter cubed at the top, and at the bottom 4.50 grams. The grams will cancel out. We'll take 22.732, divide that by 450. This gives us 5.05, and I'll continue writing up until this 5 centimeters cubed. I found the volume. Now I can use the formula that I had originally, where V is this number that I found. 5.0515 is equal to s to the power of 3. To solve for this s, which represents the sides, I have to cube root both sides. And I'll use my calculator. Also keep in mind that your final answer should have 3 significant figures. So I'll take the cube root of 5.0515, and this gives me 1.715, or 1.72, because that's the first discarded number and it's a 5. The last kept number is odd, so it's 1.72 centimeters. That is the length of this cube. If you want to see the answer to question 3, make sure to watch part 3 of this series.